Hey, call me Shape. And today I'm reacting to a video titled Black Woman Deletes Her Hinge After Her Date Mocks Her Looks. Let's get right into it.
Story time on the worst date ever. I deleted my Hinge account after this. I highly don't recommend. So I met this guy on Hinge, and at first he was pretty cool. We messaged for a few days. And so finally he was like, let's go on a date. Let's go bowling. So I was like, okay, cool. We can go bowling. I'll just meet you there. So he was like, all right. This is when shit turned left extremely quick, and I should have known this was a red flag. This man literally went on my Instagram from like years ago and took an old picture of me in some dang on heels and a hat and was like, hey, can you wear this to the bowling alley? So he's like, I think this picture is fly. You got on heels, you got on the hat, and I want you to be fly. Like, I think you should wear that. And I'm like, I don't even know where this outfit is. This is years ago. I haven't worn this outfit in forever, and we're going bowling. I want to be chill. I want to wear some sneakers and some jeans or something. Steadily pressing me about this outfit. We going back and forth, and I'm just like, boy, I'm wearing what I want. So anyways, I end up meeting him at the bowling alley, and I see him. I walk up to him, I'm like, hey, what's up? Like, how are you? I'm Ariel. And the first thing he does is he says, you're really short. Straight like that, he looked me up and down. No, hey, no, how you doing? Nice to meet you. He said, you're really short. And then he walked away and he was like, I'm gonna go get some shoes. Instantly, I'm turned off because I have never in my life had a man tell me that I was short and complain about it. Usually men like it, but instantly I'm like, oh, I'm so turned off. And I know how this is gonna be. So we go get the shoes and we find our lane, and dude has an attitude off jump. He's like, you could have came in here looking fly. Like, I like my girls to look fly, and that's not fly what you got on. So I'm just looking at the dude. I'm not saying nothing. The dude from New York, so he was already pretty, aggressive. And so he, asking me questions like, where you from? Where you grew up at? Real aggressive. I'm like, bro, what's wrong with this man? Kind of acting crazy. And so then he goes on back on a tangent about how short I am. He's like, you real short. You just real short. So finally, I'm like, okay, so what? Men love that I'm short. And he's like, yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it at all, actually. And I'm throwing the ball or whatever. And he's like, you're not really good at this. You suck. You're not good at bowling at all. And he snatches the ball from me. So at this point, I'm low-key scared. So I end the day early. I'm like, okay, it's time for me to go home. I got a long day tomorrow. I got to get up because it was in the middle of the week. And so I get home, and before I get a chance to block him, because that was my intentions, he calls me. And he's blowing up my phone, and he's asking me to come over. And I'm like, oh yeah, this dude is mentally insane. I blocked him and I deleted my Hinge, and I never got back on Hinge after that. It scarred me for life. But also, I was nervous to go on dates because I was thinking that men was gonna think I was too short. So I didn't go on dates for months after that. Now I'm in a happy relationship, so it doesn't even matter anymore. So yeah, just be careful on Hinge. Story time on the
It's funny how she quickly points the finger at everyone else but her. It's Hinge fault. Be careful on Hinge. Oh man, I'm gonna have to delete Hinge. Hinge ain't working out for me. Baby, if Hinge ain't working out for you, it's because you ain't working out for Hinge. A lot of people can have success on Hinge if they were valuable. But if you take a low value woman and you put her in front of a bunch of people on Hinge and assume that she's gonna get a valuable result, that's on you, baby. That's on you, baby. So I say this to say this. He's from New York. I'm from New Jersey. I think I can understand the fact that he was teasing you about your height. He just, I gave it right there. He was teasing you about your height. You know what I'm saying? And you didn't know how to play back. That was his banter. You thought, oh my God, he didn't like me. Clearly, you're very insecure and you don't know how to take a joke. Usually as men, what we do to show kind of camaraderie with each other, to see if we're boys, to see if we're cool, we'll tease each other. This is what men do. Men tease each other to see if you're a puss, if you're a punk. Clearly you're a punk. You can't take it. So he's looking at it like, eh. You know what I'm saying? Dudes, bro, when I used to hang out in the Bronx and hang out in Harlem, they would rake on me about all my shit, all my clothes, everything. They'll just make fun of me all the time. And it never bothered me because I knew they wanted to see if I'm going to crack. No, I'm not going to crack. I would just tease them back. And that's how you gotta give it up. It's one of those things where it's hey, we're friends because we could joke on each other type thing. But I know a lot of girls don't understand this because girls don't take the time to understand men. So this is why, men, we have to, bend over backwards, walk on eggshells for girls because we have to understand feminese and womanese, but we don't have to understand how men talk. This is how men talk. He might have been more masculine than any other man she ever dated before. I'm just saying, I don't know. Okay? I don't know how short she is. I don't know how tall she is. But if she's short and stubby, I could see why he thought to herself, yo, you don't look that fly. You know what I'm saying? And he probably went through your Instagram, looked at your old photos, because you probably look the slimmest in that. I can't tell you how many girls look so different in their old photos. Like, you ever seen that before? You ever scrolled through a girl's Instagram? She kept like a lot of her photos from back in the day. They look almost like two different people. Like, yo, how did you let yourself gain this much weight? And they'll make all types of excuses. Oh, I'm a girl. I have my hormones, and you know what it's like to be a girl. And I would say, in my mind, I'll say to myself, you don't realize I work at a gym, and the gym has a bunch of women who have 3, 4, 5 kids. And I kid you not. And I've seen this with white women. Did I ever see it with a black woman before? Not at the gym, but I've seen it with black women before, but not at the gym. But there'll be white women who have 3, 4 kids, and they got a better body than anybody in the gym. It changed my mind, my viewpoint on it. So when I think about that, I'm like, this is just an excuse. An excuse that, when you think about the word excuse, really it is. Excuse is just a word that people use to avoid responsibility, avoid accountability. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, not that, you know, we shouldn't give any grace to women that gain weight. I get it. But if you easily gain weight, I just want to let you know you are not in the top 10 percentile of competitive women. Women want the top 10 percentile of competitive men, which would mean a fit man, a masculine man, a man who has success in a business or a career. You know, you want that. But you are not able to measure up to that. You know what I'm saying? And this is why I really like, if you guys haven't seen my video about this pretty black wife who explained why a lot of women never find a good man, you know, I'm going to leave a link into the description here. I might even put a link right up here. You see that at the top of the screen? I don't want you to watch it right now, but I'm going to put a link somewhere on this video so you could go look and reference what I'm talking about after you're done watching this video. But the idea is that so many women want an ideal man, but they're not the ideal woman. They want a man to be all these things, this and that, and understand understand how women work and can match your style and whatever you want, whatever your laundry list is, just know you don't equate up to the woman that list actually requires. Like, if you want a high value man, if you want a man that's worth his damn, if you want a man that, you know, can meet all your expectations, let me ask you this question. Would a guy that meet all your expectations want you? And for most women, it's a no. Like, for me, I don't even want a girl that has that many things going on. She don't got to have all these things going on. You know, I have some preferences and appearances and whatever. Like, I prefer dark-skinned women. I prefer a bubble butt. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, she don't necessarily have to be dark-skinned, and she don't have to have the biggest butt. I mean, I prefer it, but you don't have to have the biggest butt. You know what I'm saying? You don't got to be humongous. You feel me? It could be cute. You know, little cute booties matter too, you know? So I say this to say that women blame Hinge. Women blame men. Women blame the red pill. Women blame to shift the blame away from themselves. Because I can tell you, Hinge is not the problem. There's a lot of beautiful women on Hinge that I'm sure they got the pick of the litter when it comes to men. I'm sure they get way more matches than me. Y'all thought I was doing something with 500 matches? I know there got to be girls who are doing thousands of matches for sure. 100%. They're probably getting 100 matches a day. Have you ever used a rose, like the rose thing on Hinge, or what's it called, like the standouts, where you have to give somebody a rose, you get 1 rose a week? Bro, I've barely matched with anybody with a rose. Like, I'm talking about ever. It seems like those girls who are on there, I can match with those exact same girls if they're just on my regular feed. But if I have them in my standout feed and I send them a rose, I've barely matched with those girls. So my thoughts are, those girls are either on they're busy and away from their app because they're on dates, or they're talking to another guy and so they're not paying attention, or, you know, they're just overwhelming messages. One and the other. So this girl in particular, she probably short, stubby, you know what I'm saying? She got an attitude. You know, she don't want to cooperate with nobody. She wants a man to come down to her level so she can control him and rule him. And this is where the black community gets dating wrong. It is not for the man. It's not the man's job to stoop on your level so you can control him, because that was what's going to make you feel safe. No, you need to get on up to his level. And honestly, I'm going to say it like this. Again, like the video I'm trying to reference, I want you guys to go check out. When it comes to men, God gave us a capacity and responsibility he did not give to women. So when all this shit about women trying to be, you know, boss babes and women trying to, you know, women trying to compete with men, you can't fully compete with a man. I don't care if you out earn a man. He's still physically capable of things you're not capable of. There's no way around. There's no money that's going to change it. None of that's going to change it. You know what I'm saying? So if we get the real respect back, you know, women show up fit, feminine, and friendly, that's all you have to do. If you do those 3 things as a woman, you have an easy time on Hinge or whatever. But here's a girl who blaming the guy, and it's the worst date. Why? Because he didn't find her attractive. You clearly found him attractive. You haven't made fun of his looks at all this entire time. And you make, and the fact that you even make a video about him, what does that say? Like, all these girls who get a bad experience, they come on Hinge and they run and they tell these stories about these bad experiences. What does it say? Like, y'all never talk about good experiences with men. You know why? Because you guys don't appreciate good men. All the men, like, you didn't even talk about your own boyfriend. You say you got a boyfriend now. Tell us about him. How's your boyfriend different? What did he do? What did he do different? You know why you probably tell him? Because he's probably chubby and short just like you, and you're probably less attracted to him than you are with the man that you went on this date with that was the worst date ever. But yet, that man gets a video and your boyfriend don't. You get what I'm saying? Like, it just makes no sense to me. But hey, this is the modern era that we live in right now. Women come to Hinge. Women come to Hinge. Women come to TikTok. Women come to social media. They complain about men they supposedly don't want, but they keep making content about them. So those men live in your head rent-free. Rent-free. Anyway, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Channel blowing up. I appreciate you guys. Check out some of my other videos, and I'll see you over there.